Derrick White as an unrestricted free agent in 25 would be very near the top of the board, I imagine, by the time all the other extensions play out. So
Yeah.
that's something that he at least has to think about, right? Hey, there could be, like crazy Detroit money out there for me or something where I could get like $150 million. Derrick White, he has a decision to make too, right? Because Boston can offer him 4 years for 122, and at his age, right, that's taking him to his mid-30s basically. Or does he think he can do better than that if he has another good year next year, and he's coming up from quote unquote only making 20 million? If Derrick White as an unrestricted free agent in 25 would be very near the top of the board, I imagine, by the time all the other extensions play out. So that's something that he at least has to think about, right? Hey, there could be, like crazy Detroit money out there for me or something where I could get like $150 million. So I think he has to at least think about that for sure.
Well, so he's going to be 31 when this extension kicks in. You're getting his 31, 32, 33, 34 seasons if they offer it now. And yeah, they can offer him that 4 years, a little over 122. So a little over 30 million a year. I mean, do you just make that offer with whatever bells and whistles you want? Is that just like automatic? You make that 4-year offer if you're Boston?
Given where Boston is right now and its contender cycle, I would be really tempted to do that because you have no means of replacing him. So what are you counting? Are you counting on doing better than that in the open market? Are you can you shave?
Yeah, I mean, the only concern is the year is to take him up to like age 34, 35. We're not as much as like Drew Holiday, has been really good in these playoffs. I mean, they just offered him a huge deal too.
Yes.
They are at some point, as you noted, going to need to get out of the second apron. But would you rather? I mean, you can also take this one into the season too. But yeah, considering that that's the maximum that you can offer him, I mean, I think you probably, especially with the way things are going up. So yeah, give you guys a little context here, right? So 27 million is what he would start at. He would finish at 34. So when you look at that number, the 25% max in those years is just always important with this rising cap to remember this. The 25% max in those years is going to be 38 through 51, right? So, that's the 25% max. That's not like an untradeable deal. And I also like Derrick White, the way he's improved to shoot the ball this year. I think like he's going to be a valuable player. Like in that era, as long as the guy is still like even a starter, that's like fine money for him. So unless you're worried, and maybe by the end of that, he's not quite a starter at age 34, 35, but he is the first couple. I agree. I think the more I think about it, I think I'm just offering him that full ball. And we'll talk about this in some other circumstances. I would actually almost want him to have a player option in that last year as well. I think that's actually
you have some flexibility to wriggle out of some things too, where you can say, hey, take the player option. We'll split this money over a couple of years.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we'll call that the Draymond Green, right? He was one of the first to do that, of just decline the player option, take less, but extend it out longer. And that just lessens the cap hit, particularly, again, as the cap is projected to rise by 10% every single one of these years. So, yeah, I think I offer him the 3+1 there. I think I would do it.